I'm wondering on the version 3 boards, if you can use the Core 2 V1.1. I thought all you guys said was that you have to turn on the power switch and then also turn on the switch on the Core 2. So it's a two-step process.
Yes.
That's fine. That's fine. I just didn't want to buy an older core that I can't run the code that I've already got.
Good morning.
Uh,
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. I forgot my headphones. I'm just gonna go get them right now.
Okay.
All right.
Is there a difference between the older the core ones, the core one and core one black? Does one have more?
Um, I think the Core 1 Black is the Core Basic, and
Oh,
that's
core
basically
one
the
is
only one.
yeah,
Well, we have the gray as well, but that was like a limited edition, some kind of
right,
similar to how the Amazon Core 2 thing is. I think it's
right.
not too sure. There's some minor differences in the gray. Sadly, my Zen has kind of stopped working.
Oh, that's not
Yeah,
good.
the GPS was already like not working anymore. The I couldn't get connection with it, and it just keeps turning off. And now the Geiger counter, the tube, is also not responding anymore. So
Yeah.
I really did mess up that one time I misplaced the Core 2 on the device.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was so weird. Like it started doing weird things, and now it just stopped working. Like the Geiger counter was kind of working still, but now it just shows 0. It's kind of annoying.
Well, hopefully it's just the the safe pulse
Safe pulse. Yeah, that would
board.
be,
Yeah,
yeah,
you don't
I hope
that
so.
because the Geiger tube, it's I think I placed an order. It's $120 US plus
Yeah,
shipping.
something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I have to buy a new GPS module as well. I can at least run tests. But I was also
right.
thinking you have this emulator which I can now use, which is very
That's
useful.
true.
But I'm not
To
sure how can I connect it with like this thing being on the Zen? Like, is there a way?
right. So what you would do is you would unsolder your GPS unit and and then you would put a header in there. Um, a header in that in place of that, and you would take only three wires because you want a common ground um,
The
and the
serial.
transmit and receive, and they've got
Yeah.
to be go to the receive transmit. They got to swap,
Yeah,
go
yeah,
to
yeah.
receive transmit and ground of your other Zen, which you'll have a header on where the GPS is located.
Yeah, that should work. All right. I'll have to
Right.
do some
So
soldering.
like you could see I have a header.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put a header on there instead. And then
Yeah, I
on
see. Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, I'll just do that then. Um, yeah, I was working on the constellation map, like the satellite view on the Zen itself.
Hmm.
But it's kind of hard to test without satellite data. So
Yeah.
maybe you can
So the
like,
emulator is going to make the difference a little bit.
yeah. But for now, I can like hard code like the data package into the screen view, so it can display like the same data always. But I can
Right.
like play around with the radii, like the placements, because we still have the buttons and like the status bar, and we still want those in view. So I have to like scale down the the map
Right.
a bit, and then also rotate it because, well, for this rotation we will probably have a smaller map then.
Right.
Yeah.
That'll still work. Um, So I'm still not familiar enough with the software that you have on the Zen. You don't have the concept of pages?
Yeah, we
Like,
have pages.
yeah, that are completely independent of each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So right now, if you switch to the satellite view, which is then an option in the menu,
Hmm.
maybe I can. Where's my Zoom? Remove this. Let's see if this works this time. Yeah, kinda. Maybe if we wait, let me just go to settings. Nope. Hmm. Mm, Oops. No, wait, this is wrong. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see Rob's
Yes.
message. He'll be 15 minutes late.
Oh, okay. I didn't see anything.
Posted that just at around 7 o'clock.
Oh, right. Um, did I? Oh, let's see.
Back.
There he is.
Sorry, I was late. I had
It's okay.
to finish up something, but now back.
That GPS tracking map chart you showed looks really good.
Yes, Louis, it looks. I was very impressed. It looks very clear. We don't hear you.
Unfortunately, that's the Nano. The one from before
Yeah.
is the Zen, and that's just like just crazy. So I guess that's my challenge for the next little while, is to try to figure out what's going on. Two things I want to try. One is so you've got the Zen right here.
What? So wait a second. You said the one from before, one from last meeting, or
Mhm.
No, I
He posted
posted
two.
one. I posted one. For some reason, the Slack didn't pick it up. So here, can I share my screen for a minute?
sure.
Share screen. There it is. Share. So that's what I'm getting now.
Wow, that's bad. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So
So
compare that to the nice clean one that you see in the see if I stop sharing that and I go, hang on. How does that? We're now sharing. All right, so I'm having pilot error here with. I'll just use desktop here. Desktop one share. There we go. So that's I'm using QGIS, and which is the wait a second, let's zoom. Wait a second. Okay, here it is. Okay, here's the nice clean one,
right.
and then here's the one from QGIS. Same path basically. Oh, a second. No, that's a different one. Well, it's equivalent. We get the so what I do is I mount them both on a on the same pad, same car, same everything, and run them in tandem. And the Nano is nice and clean, and the Zen is just all over the place. Let's see, where am I? Back to so that's, yeah, actually, yeah, those are the two same ones. That's going to Peterborough. Yes. And if I just zoom in here, how do I zoom in? Just select, I'll just select these and then zoom to layer.
That's using the latest software, the latest,
Yeah, I updated this thing last Monday, March 18th. And so here there's basically here is, for most of those, the car was in the parking lot while I was in school, so that's like 5 hours. Sorry, no, so actually almost 7 hours. So and just, you know, like my drive, I come in, hang on, let me just zoom out just a little bit here. Come on, there we go. Yeah, so in fact, to come in along this road, so this road to here, where's it? No, not coming. Sorry, there we go. Elmdale.
Louis, this has been doing this all the time from the beginning. This
Yes, since I wired up this new prototype, it's new board, Core 2, but the same GPS unit as before. So a couple of things I want to try. So I'm going to stop sharing screen here. How does one stop sharing?
try a new GPS module.
Yeah, well, let's try that first. Okay, oh, stop share. There's pilot error. Yeah, so I'm going to try a new new GPS module. If that doesn't work, what I'm going to try to do is just basically remove the GPS module and kind of just stick it with some double-sided tape just here in the corner, away, like as far as I can from the Core 2, to see if that's a source of interference or anything like that.
not that I know of, Louis.
Yeah.
I've been testing those things before, and it doesn't seem to make any difference.
Right.
Okay.
For me. I mean,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Go
in
ahead,
that
Michael.
regard,
Yeah.
I was just saying, in that regard of what, you know, my anecdotal evidence that things seem to, that there seemed to be a difference between the two modules. Once I added in the code to that GPS toolbox, once I added in the code to do a cold reset on the module, that now I can do apples to apples comparison, and I'm not seeing that big of a difference anymore. In the time it takes to accumulate satellites, then the satellites to become healthy, then the ephemeris data to become available.
yeah,
But I'm still
cold reset. That will do it.
right.
Try
Okay.
That puts them both at the same spot. Right.
Okay.
Do we have code for that? Yellow, that you can easily reset?
Yeah, I just added the satellite view, so we can do like a button to just call for a cold reset.
Right. So you have to update to the what is it, 1.0.10 of the GPS of the whatchamacallit.
I did update it. Yeah.
Oh, it's the uBlocks Connect, and that has the base code for sending hot, warm, and cold restarts.
All right.
Yeah. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Louis.
Yeah.
I just wanted to
No.
say that's one of the things that I started doing. It's like, I don't know that it would be interesting if you could just replace the GPS module and see if that fixes things.
Yeah, with the same firmware. So we'll try that first. And if it's just a one-off, like the module is kind of wonky.
No, but to
Sec-
be honest, Louis, I think it's much faster just load up one time the teensy GPS code and do a cold reset. Then you don't have to solder anything. It's much
True.
quicker.
True.
Hmm.
And
You
that'll
do a
work.
reset, and then if that works, that's probably the reason.
Okay.
Can I ask a question?
yeah,
Is
yellow.
this very consistent that you get these wonky GPS
Oh,
results?
always. The same.
Always.
Yeah.
Mhm. I've seen it
yeah.
before.
Well, because it is kind of useful, maybe we can kind of detect that, and then we inform the user like your GPS is wonky, please perform a cold restart.
That's a good idea.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
if
you
we
would
can
imagine that
somehow,
the velocity vector on some of those jumps would be
Well,
superhuman.
if I look at the stats, was it stats for that wonky thing? I have average speed, kilometers an hour, 37.7. Total distance 319 kilometers, which is way beyond. It's only about it's a 50-kilometer drive either way. But some of the previous ones I looked at had a jump of, like average speed 319 kilometers or something silly like
Wow.
that. Yeah.
You're
Well,
flying.
just because it's just jumping back and forth. So
Right. So your distance and your velocity go way up.
So yeah, so just compare the velocity between adjacent points, right? And if they're consistently out, it could vary. Now, be careful with that, because if you're in a city, you're going to get all that multipath reflections, right? So if you're in the downtown core, there's tall buildings. That's one thing I did notice with the Nano. When I was walking around downtown Toronto, it was jumping all over the place.
True.
Even
They do.
yeah. So
Yeah.
so that's it's not a for free,
Right.
right? There's a downside to that.
Yeah, I had today also something funny that 2 units I had with me, they were both showing, one was showing GPS 19 and another one GPS 13 satellites could see, but they both were orange. And that was very strange to me, because normally it's green.
Well, if it's orange, it means it doesn't have a it's not used for navigation. That's the difference between orange and green.
Yeah, but it
So-
it didn't do anything. So for the whole day, and not updating, and then it will reset directly back to green.
Right.
But
So I don't know
why
how
would it happen? Is this like a lockup, or?
I don't know. I've never had that
That's
happen.
So it was the first time, huh? So, but both units did it. So that was strange to me.
Yeah, I don't know why it would do that.
Hmm. No,
I mean, if it would lock up, then what happened was you would stop receiving navsat packets, and then it would just it would depopulate the map. So yeah, that doesn't
and it didn't send data because it didn't lock. I mean, and it's
Right.
not
And
just.
so that's why I like to toggle between the satellite data view and the satellite map view. And I actually have a debug view in the satellite data view, which gives me more data than just the satellite ID and the signal strength. It also gives me the flags associated with, it gives me the flags, and it gives me, what is the other data? The angle and the elevation and the angle. And that's how I compare the two to make sure that the map was working correctly. But it just gives you it's more information that you can use to see what's going on.
Let's see.
Huh. Yeah, so I don't know. I've never seen that before.
No, okay. It was for me the first time too. So it was like, oh, interesting. But the reset was fine.
Right. The other one, and then it worked fine.
Both units, they were directly back. So
And the reset was turning it off and on again, or
No, just
doing a reset?
the M5 stack reset button. There's a reset button on it.
Oh yeah, so basically turning it off and on. So restarting
Yeah,
the
it's like
device.
similar, but I didn't
Okay.
want to switch it off because I wanted the GPS still running at the without a
Yeah, I
power
understand.
So while you were getting those orange satellites, were they updating? Were they
Yeah, it was
you know,
changing.
they were changing. They were following their arc. The
No,
satellites were
no,
following
it was
their.
not on your unit. It was not on your software. It was on the M5 stack. On the
Okay,
on the Zen software.
right.
Oh, orange as in on the
On the bottom
fixed mode.
in the line.
Oh, I thought you were talking about.
Oh,
I thought you were talking about.
you were just
Yeah. So
having
what?
this
Yes,
view.
yes, that one.
Right.
That
Not
And then
view.
on
the yellow with
your
Oh,
the
nice
okay.
pretty turning one. No, 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 no,
All
no.
right.
My guess is that you probably the communication, the serial communication between the Zen and the GPS module got broke down,
Yeah,
and
but
that
that's
happens.
strange. That's
No.
strange because then it wouldn't change the satellite because I should see it changing.
Oh,
Sometimes
right.
19, sometimes 17, and
Okay, so it's
so
still
it was
communicating.
communicating.
Yep.
So that's
All
I
right.
didn't understand. So
Yeah, that's what happens sometimes. I noticed that when we were working on the GPS a few months ago, that sometimes it takes a while to get a lock, or you lose the lock, and then it just stays yellow, as in incomplete data, because you lose your or was it like the fix or something like the that's false, and then you still get some data, maybe even like longitude latitude data, but it it could be that that's changing as well. But it's not a fix that we can use. So, and then restarting it sometimes fixes it. I don't know if we can like somehow detect like there are some satellites, but how many satellites did you see?
19.
19.
19.
No fix.
So I was like, this must be locking. And
No,
another
Is that
13.
old version? Because
No,
there was a
no,
point
no,
when
no, no, no,
when we
no. It
showed
was
the
19.
Nafsa.
there's not that many satellites out there.
Ah,
It's
I can see on the Teensy GPS, I see sometimes 29 it can find.
Oh, but
yeah,
that's no, that's not it's not seeing them all at that
No, no,
time.
no. It's using, for example, 17 for navigation. I can see that. Yeah, yeah. That's
17.
yes.
that
Oh,
seems to be
wow.
high.
Yeah, it's quite
It's
high.
weird. No, I don't know. No,
Ah.
I don't believe it.
I should send you
you-
the file. So you can see that.
Yeah. On top of
The
Mount
SD
Fuji,
card is
or
still recorded, so that should be okay.
sure.
So that you should be able to see something on it.
GPS.
Do we have the debugger on yellow? Basically, so then the log file, some file from the.
Yeah, there's no debug log file yet,
Mm,
sadly. But the satellites you see is the get SIV, so it's like satellites in view. So that is from the NAV PVT package. Yeah.
Right. So satellites in view is not necessarily satellites used to compute a fix. Right? Satellite in view just means it knows about this because the update.
No, that's the wrong name. Well, not the wrong name. The numbers of satellites that comes from the NAV PVT package is what it used for the fix. And then
Right.
the
It's
that's right.
mislabeled. It's
Yeah.
mislabeled. But yes, you're right. It should be that number should match in the toolbox. It should match the number of satellites used for navigation.
Okay,
Right.
after the meeting, I will get the SD card and check what's on it, so we can
Right.
see how much satellites. I think we can compare.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, I hope replacing the GPS module fixes that, Louis. Because that's
We're doing a cold restart.
I'm hoping for the cold start.
Yeah.
or the
Thank
cold
God.
start, either one,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
think it would be easier to just try Michael's firmware on so just to confirm, it'll run on the existing prototype Core 2.
Ru-
Yeah.
Okay.
Runs
So
wonderful.
I'll try that first because that will give me some information about that GPS module. And if it turns out that it's wonky, then I'll just replace it. I do have a replacement here.
Okay.
Right.
And it's quite easy to install. I mean, it's you have to get used to a little bit to the buttons, but once you get
Yeah,
used to it
okay.
and understand how it works, then it's okay.
Okay, fine. So
It's surely worth a try.
okay,
Yeah, I
great.
really thought it was going to be a software issue, like a conversion number mixing up, because we do like a conversion to, well, it's just basically times 100 or something, or 1000. So that's not
Yeah, it's
the
just
issue, but
scaling.
Oh,
we
yeah,
do
but
the
that's the-
conversion to decimal minutes or something somewhere for the
Mhm.
logging.
Yes,
Yeah.
this
So I
is
thought
correct.
maybe that could be the issue, but like for
Mm.
other logs, it makes no difference. So if
Yeah,
Then
exactly.
if that was true, then we all should have it.
That's right.
yeah, exactly.
And mine
Right.
is spot on.
I will add a function to the satellite screen. So for you, Rob, I added the satellites in the menu. It's just
Oh,
above the
nice.
debug info, and it will show
Yes.
the constellation map,
Wow.
which is not complete yet
No, it doesn't
because
matter. But
my GPS is broken. My tube is broken. Well, not my tube, maybe the tube, but I
antenna,
think the
maybe.
safe poles.
Oh, I see.
No, like I don't. My device is just messed up. I don't know.
Oh.
Because of the misplacement of the Core 2 a while back.
You
I
mentioned.
now get no connection anymore with the safe poles or with the GPS module. So I can get a new GPS module, but I don't know where to get a safe poles. So
Yeah, that is more tricky. We're running
yeah.
for
So
next week. Next week I will get new ones, so I can send you.
Good. Yeah, I
that's
need
okay.
I need one to finish that second unit. And then I can do those, I can try, then do that final test, cold start on both units, one with the GPS further away from the Core 2 or from the Zen
Yeah.
board actually,
That's a good idea.
and just to confirm that we don't have any issue with the GPS placement.
Yeah.
Um,
That would be
oh,
great if you could do that.
so in that regard, I haven't entered a second. I need you to assign me a serial number. I put in my 9005. No, what is it? 5009,
Hmm.
5009. I put in the information about that, but maybe when you send me the Safe Pulse module, you can assign me another serial
Yeah,
number.
but you can do it yourself. Make
Oh,
a
okay.
one for yourself. But the ones that are taken, I already put in. So
Sure.
don't
Okay.
override those. That's not so nice.
No,
for the people.
no. Sounds good.
Yeah, on the topic of trying to keep the module separate from the Core 2, I did some like very simple testing this week with the spectrum analyzer. Unfortunately, the antenna I was using was just a piece of coax cable, and just tried just holding it really close or looping it around, and really did see. I mean, on the third harmonic of 240 megahertz, I saw a plus 5 dB jump, but we're right down in the noise floor of the instrument. So I don't think it's a significant issue.
One question I have: Did you switch on the Wi-Fi? Did you set it in the config?
No, I did not. But that's way up 2.4 gigahertz or 2.5 gigahertz. Although see, the GPS frequencies are L-band, so the main one is 1.5 gigahertz. The other one is quote unquote military 1.2 gigahertz. So we're not even close to microwave, like the microwave oven and Wi-Fi and all that. So I'll still try to get a hold of that antenna. It's a wideband antenna. It's called a disc cone. It's basically it's a disc on top and then a cone on the bottom. If you'll excuse the hand waving, and it's basically super wideband, but I don't know what the top end is going to be.
Right.
They're typically used for just interference, like from TVs and stuff like that. So nothing really fancy. So that's basically all I've got to report about that.
Okay. Yeah, I saw your report. I mean, you said in the channel the results what you found. So. And Jelle, for the issues on things we would like or things that needs to be fixed, so we start making issues on GitHub so we can keep track on them. That may be easy.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Okay.
I think now that we somehow released like a first version, it's nice to now continue on the GitHub. Like,
okay.
I think most parts of the Zen work. Like we can do drive surveys, fixed mode, configuration. Today I updated the configuration menu, the options menu, like the smaller. I can just show settings.
Did you push the code or not yet?
No, not yet. No, I
Okay.
was also working on the other thing, but yeah. So it's kind of similar to like the normal menu. There's like down, up, and enter. And there's like start configs server. I have to still add descriptions, but you can also load from SD card and save to SD card, which then show a message at the bottom like config saved, settings has been saved to the SD card.
Okay, because that the one time I think I did reload the SD information or writer information, and there was no confirmation from it. So I was like,
Yeah, because these buttons didn't do anything in the previous version, so maybe that's why. Sorry.
Yeah, that will do it.
It was unfinished somehow. It is still, let's see, now it's a bit buggy. So yeah.
But it
No,
worked. There was no message, but it worked, so that was fine for me.
Oh, it did work?
It did work. Something else, I mean.
Oh, that's if you have like a clean device and then you say like
you want to pick it
load
up.
or
yeah.
Yeah, there's no confirmation there because currently the messages are a bit limited. They're per screen. So if you write a message on one screen, you go to a different one. There's no message anymore. So. There's some improvement that can be made, but for now I thought this is fine. Like it works. Like if you start up your Zen for the first time and you have like an SD card in it, and you say it says like "Welcome to your Zen," blah blah blah. You don't really need a message, but maybe if you have like a different ID configured, and then you want to say override. I mean, we can have some small delay and just display a message at the bottom, which would be the easiest.
That would be the easiest, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Do we still have other things? Because we have about 2 minutes left, I think.
4 minutes, I see.
So one of the things I added on the test bench for the GPS was I added you can set a local time zone.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
By number, just so for me it's -4 hours, and then the time you see, even though underneath everything is in Greenwich Mean Time, the time you see on yours is the local time.
Maybe we should
You
You
have
can
the
also do
option
that on the
also.
Zen.
We should,
Yeah,
we should
yeah.
have it on the Zen too, I think. That's nicer.
So adding and subtracting, it was a little
Yeah.
tricky to do that, but
Mm.
I've created a real-time clock library. I want to incorporate the way you did the real-time clock, which is you bypassed the M5 core interface for the real-time clock and went directly to the hardware, correct? In order to access the lost power feature on the real-time clock.
Yeah, Louis made that.
Okay.
And
Oh,
then
I zoned
Oh,
out
I
for a
add-
second.
I added a function to have the Unix time, because that's the one that we get from the GPS, and then convert that to the time and save that to the RTC. So
Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
Okay, so just Michael, I just pulled up your teeny GPS testbed underscore C2. Is that the one we're talking about?
Yeah, it's C2 stands for Core 2. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Right.
All right. Okay, so I will. I'll try that today. I actually have to
Yeah.
drive around
In
anyway.
the README, it tells you how it describes how to use those buttons.
Right.
It takes a little bit to get used to the up, down, and select,
Okay.
and you double tap the select to go backwards.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I've got the README. That's why I wasn't paying attention. I was actually reading it. So
That's fine.
That's why it's called README.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so for today, I think we're done then. So,
Sounds good.
yep. Yes. Thank you. So,
okay, I'll be working next week on the map with Stefan. We're building a new map because we cannot get a hold on Nick, and the map for Safecast runs basically on the Macintosh app only. If we
Oh.
don't
I
have
see.
access to that,
Mm.
we cannot get it to work. So he's setting up a whole new system for it. So in the mapping channel, you can see it. What's going on?
Okay.
It's
Okay.
still beginning, but I think it's much better because in 10 years a lot of technology has changed. So and this is using old structures, and it's interesting to work.
Very good.
all right.
And I'll be building new Zens and
So
trying to
just
build them.
next Sunday happens to be Easter. Is that a problem for anybody?
For me, not always
No,
bunnies.
we're doing
Oh,
I am
Yeah,
always
for
bunnies,
me,
so it's
I
fine.
will be at my mother's place.
Oh, that's nice.
nice.
But then
Okay.
that means no meeting for you, or if your mother's present, I
Um,
don't know what's happening there.
I won't be taking my laptop probably. So
Oh, that's good. That's even
No.
better.
That's a good
No.
thing to do.
That's good.
Yes.
yeah.
That's even better. Oh, I
But
hope you
we
enjoy
could do
it.
it on Saturday if you
Oh
or
yeah,
if you
that's for
if you
me
have
too. That's
time.
fine. Saturday.
Saturday is fine for me.
Okay, so let's do that Saturday then.
Yeah. Saturday's fine.
Sounds good. Saturday morning's fine.